She was someone who was an opera singer born in the late 19th century, and she travelled around the world, and I became interested in her because I was interested in the female voice around that time, the turn of the century, the early 1920s, and you know, unlike a lot of voices through the Magdalen Laundries and things like that were silenced, she was out travelling the world booming her voice in operas. And I found very quickly in my research on her that there was absolutely nothing on her personal life. And it was astounding to me when there's so much written about the men. So it was kind of amazing to try and tell a story about someone who emotionally I kind of had to imagine. And so this is an imagined friendship between herself and Mary Maxwini, but they did live around the same time and they would have attended the same meetings. So we're going to pick it up about halfway through. And what I did was I tried to put myself back in Carlow College, in that lovely space where we lived, with the window looking out on the grass and the little fridge. Everyone remember it? Little pot that you could heat up in the microwave. And see where that would take me, and lo and behold, Birdie appeared as a ghost. So we're about halfway through and Birdie's getting a bit impatient with me. Here we go.
It was wrong of you to call me here, giving me notions of grandeur beyond my county lines.
Una returned. Took the international stage name Mademoiselle Ernie Del Rita.
Silence. A sly smile creeps across Birdie's face.
Well, if you're going to take a name,
You might as well go to town.
Birdie chuckles, warming to happier memories of travel.
yeah, saw a fair few.
London, Paris, Milan, New York, Sydney, Berlin, Rome, Cork.
Una and Birdie lock eyes, then laugh.
So that's what caught your attention, my stage name.
No, what caught my attention, Birdie, is the fact that you came home.
Una unhooks a portrait of Michael Collins from the wall.
Your obituary describes you as a self-sacrificing and earnest worker who gave all, and that generously, in the cause of her motherland.
Una places the portrait of Michael Collins on the floor.
Reading it, I thought, well, there's a woman worthy of my admiration.
In the space on the wall behind where the portrait was hung, there's a small safe. Una opens it.
Whereas when I came across your stage name, Mademoiselle Ernie Del Rita,
Una pulls out a bottle of gin.
I thought, well, there's a woman I'd like to have a drink with.
Una pulls out 2 crystal glasses. Birdie chuckles.
Well, knowing your audience, that's half the battle.
Una fetches tonic and lemon from the fridge and pours them each a drink. Birdie squats down and stares at the portrait of Michael Collins. Una hands Birdie her glass.
You took Colin's side,
He was a friend.
as did Lil and May Conlon.
Dear, dear friends.
And Mary.
Birdie turns away.
No, Mary Sweeney voted against, as did most members of Cumann na outside Cork. Mary's brother Terence, our former Lord Mayor, had gone on hunger strike in Brixton Prison the year before. He died in agony, gave his life for independence. How could she accept anything less?
And you?
An emotional Birdie turns back to Una.
When you visit families grieving their dead children, too poor to bury them, too hungry to speak, your priorities change. I could never accept a return to war.
Did Mary understand?
After a long silence, Birdie shakes her head.
We never spoke again.
A watery glaze descends over Birdie's eyes.
Once the treaty was signed, there were no right choices left, Una. Only wrong ones.
Upset, Birdie drifts back to the bed.
What's to gain by remembering? Thought you summoned me here to sing. Let me sleep and dream of happier things.
Birdie lies back on the bed, softly sings herself to sleep.
You were right.
Birdie bolts upright again.
There was no right. If you think that, Una, you're missing the point. The Civil War destroyed us, our families, our friendships.
I know.
Do you though?
As a dramatist, yes, this is what I work with.
Birdie is taken aback.
As in, what you do for a living?
Una nods.
That's a bit tragic, isn't it?
Well, exactly. You take a valid, just position. In doing so, you violate an equally valid, just position. That's tragedy, right against right.
So, what is it exactly that you do?
I give characters goals, introduce obstacles like dear old friends, then put them through hell until they tear themselves apart. Drama is civil war.
Feel I'm getting off lightly so far.
When I said you were right, what I meant is that you were right about me. The bold irreverence of your stage name is what drew me to you.
Careful now.
But behind the flashy name, I discovered a woman who sank her teeth into the social issues of the day, who went into the community to help families, and when it mattered, used her voice.
Hold on. You're getting fierce fancy and you're talking. All that guided me was common decency.
And sure, in that there's precious wisdom passed down mother to daughter. It seems for a brief moment all of you women had a voice. And then, isn't that what we lost in the war?
Birdie reflects when ping, another text message lands.
Wait, what's that? I need to know. Such a magical sound.
Una glances at her phone.
It's a message from my boyfriend. It's really not relevant.
What does he say?
Una sighs and reads the text.
He says, not much food left in Lidl.
Oh God. Not more food shortages.
What he means is not much choice, or not as much as we'd like. We've grown accustomed to having a lot of choices on a regular basis. Famine replaced by strange combination flavours of potato crisp, but never the one you want. Nothing certain, but everyone's an expert. All ideologies smashed. Is it any wonder we dally our hours away on Twitter, tweeting for potential likes?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're not missing out.
I don't tweet, I sing.
Then sing.
Una waits.
Oh, it's late, and the gin's after making me dozy.
Please, one song. I'd love to hear your voice, to know what you sound like. There are no recordings.
Birdie smiles, playfully coquettish. Una twigs.
Ah, do I need to call on a certain Mademoiselle Ernie Del Rita to come to the stage?
Birdie chuckles and stands up.
With every gain there's a loss, and with every loss there's a gain.
Birdie looks out. The first rays of dawn reveal strips of green lawn again. Birdie raises her glass.
A song for Mary McSweeney and her talent for holding a grudge. How I miss your laugh, your strident views, the fierce intelligence of your company. Access to that is what I lost in the war. And yet, it wasn't a loss exactly. It was still available via newspaper reports, the wireless and word of mouth from Dublin. History put us on opposite sides. But truth is, till the day I died, I followed you every step of the way. Listened eagerly to accounts of you and the doll, commanding yourself before the boys, hissing and heckling at you for being a mere woman. How you held your own.
Birdie sips her drink, then returns the glass to the table.
We're both dead now, but isn't it powerful to know that somewhere in Ireland today, a young girl could be reading this, and she, our future Taoiseach.
I hope she's from Cork.
Birdie laughs.
Or Carlow.
Sure, any county really. The point being,
There, connection made.
Birdie opens her mouth and sings. Her voice is grainy but delicate, a little bitter, a little sweet. Relieved, Una smiles. She doesn't recognize the song, but the emotion it calls forth is familiar. Complex emotion that doesn't fall readily into one category or another, that evokes all manner of feelings between love and regret, terror and hope. Outside, a new dawn rises. Una observes the early morning night. When she turns, Birdie is gone. All that remains is her voice. Una listens. It quivers faintly on the air like the silver spidery webs below on the dewy grass. It sounds like it's about to fall apart, yet it persists. Fade out.